Today we're doing something a little bit different, and that is because I am talking about myself. Normally, you know, I talk about different anthropological concepts, what certain things are, give you definitions, all the good stuff. But I thought, why not give a little bit of a glimpse into an actual anthropology student's life and tell you guys where I'm at, what my future plans are. It's almost freaking summer, like all the things that you want to know. I just thought, why not put them in a video and answer all your questions? So without further ado, let's just talk about it. So for anyone who might not be familiar with me already, hello, my name is Alivia Brown and I am currently a third-year undergraduate student at UCLA studying anthropology. It's weird because I'm about to be saying fourth-year anthropology student, and that is just like insane. The big question I think that everyone has right now are, what are your summer plans? I think the third year of college, the summer after your third year, that's the time to be doing something big, whether that's an internship, whether that's research, whether that's doing something else cool to grow your resume. And yes, so I am going to be doing research this summer. I've talked about it a tiny bit previously in other videos, but I am a part of this fantastic program where I actually get my personal research question funded. And I mean, it doesn't get better than that. I am looking at something that I cannot say yet, but it is in the realm of biological anthropology, and I'm ecstatic. This program is 2 years long, and the actual data collection is what happens over the summer. Also over the summer, in conjunction with this research project, I'm going to be learning how to use a different statistical program called SSRP, and that's like the classic data processing program that I believe most graduate students use. So that'll be nice for when I'm in grad school. I have some knowledge on that, and I have to learn how to do that for my research. The next thing that y'all want to know is, Alivia, are you going to grad school? Are you getting your PhD? What's the plan? What's the plan? And you know, I wish I had a better answer for you. I love what I do so much, and by what I do, I mean be a student in anthropology. But I don't know, I teetle something. I go back and forth between I'm getting my PhD, I'm so ready, to I'm getting a master's, I'm so ready. And the reason it's such a hard choice is because PhDs tend to be funded, but they're longer programs, and masters tend to not be funded, but they're shorter programs. And I don't know, I have a hard time like committing to a new location for so long. So over the summer, I'm going to be researching different grad schools, taking the GRE, and getting all those materials together. And of course, y'all are also anthro students, so I will be documenting that and putting that up on my channel. So everything that you want to know and that I have to learn probably the hard way will be up there. Then of course I have these videos that I'm going to be doing over the summer, and that is just talking about anthro, reading your book recommendations, telling you what you want to know, what the anthro people want to see. And because so my research that I mentioned at the beginning of the video is my biggest time commitment, but it is nothing like the commitment of school. Point being, I'm going to have a lot more time to actually read the books that you guys want to recommend and all of that good stuff. So please do not stop telling me what you want to see, because I want to interact with that. I want to read it. I want to go to all these cool places and conferences. And yeah, that's just a fun thing coming up. The next little question, not explicitly related to summer, but more like me and my life after college. Another big question mark. I know that's connected to grad school, but I've also considered the possibility of taking a gap year. And part of this is because I don't see myself getting into the colleges that I want to go to for grad school, just because they're so competitive. And while I do have a lot of research experience, I'm not sure that it's going to be enough to get me to where I want to go. And so I have this like fantasy about traveling the world and potentially doing some kind of anthropological research in these different parts of the world. I'm not exactly sure how that would go because I need money for that. But yeah, that's definitely the goal. And then maybe also on this gap year, getting some kind of job related to what I want to study, so then I can reapply to grad school later on. Another thing that's really important, purely for survival reasons, is making money. And I do hope to do that this summer. I do have some side jobs that I do. A lot of people probably aren't familiar with that like side of me actually. I do like music consulting on the side. Music is a really big part of my life. And then I also do tutoring, and those two little like self-made jobs almost make me enough to survive here at UCLA, and it definitely does the trick. So I'll also be doing that over the summer, and then after college I want to be making some money too somehow. The last thing that I want to touch on is long-term career goals. What is my goal as an anthro student? I think a lot of anthro students get to the end of college and they have no idea what they want to do, because there are infinite possibilities. You don't have to go into research. You don't have to be an anthropology professor. You could do anything. You could start a business, you could become a school teacher, you could literally do anything. And I would be lying if I told you I knew exactly what I want to do, because I certainly do not. But there are definitely some things at the top of my radar. One of them being the classic go to school, be a professor, have my own research lab. But the statistics on that are really scary, in the sense that such a low percent of people who actually go to school to get their PhD actually make it in academia. And I've always been the type of person to fight the odds head on, apply to prestigious schools and try my best and just, you know, visualize all that good stuff. But it's definitely some scary numbers, and it's hard for me to 100% commit to that when I know the chances aren't on my side, or like the odds aren't on my side. It's still the plan at this point, but I mean, that would be great if I could get in. I think as I get older and as I enter my senior year of college, these things are going to become a lot more real to me, and I can document that in a like more realistic way versus a in my fantasy, this is what I want to do type of way. Another thing that's really important to me is the dissemination of knowledge to the public. And for anyone who might not be familiar with that concept, basically a really low percent of scientific research that gets conducted actually gets delivered to the public. So a lot of research that we have, people don't actually know about it, and it's like a huge issue, because how are we supposed to make change if nobody knows what the actual like data is, if that makes sense? So part of my goals with this channel are like in some ways dissemination, because no one knows what cultural anthropology really is. No one knows like what my research is like, and when I'm done I can eventually share it here, you know? And yeah, it becomes really accessible for people who are interested in the same things that I am interested in. The other thing too is this idea of helping people and nonprofits. I want whatever it is that I'm doing to be helping people in some way or another. So I don't really know if being a professor fulfills that 100%. Like, yes, you're educating the next generation and I love that, but I don't know if it like checks off every single box. So definitely, AKA little SparkNotes version, I have to do some self-exploration. Maybe that can happen this summer. Maybe that's gonna happen after I graduate. I don't know. I think that's all I have to say about myself and my personal life. I wanna know what your questions are in terms of me as an anthropology student navigating the world where no one talks about anthropology ever. And thank you so much for watching. We are slowly growing this little army of anthropology students. You know, okay, this is probably like, I don't know if I should say this on the internet, but I'm going to. You know how in, I believe it's the 5th Harry Potter, they're like building Dumbledore's army, you know? I feel like we're low-key like Dumbledore's army, but the anthropology version of it. Like, there's so many of us and we're committing to like protecting this field. Maybe that's a stretch, but I just love the community that we're building here, and it makes me smile every single day. And yeah, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really, really appreciate it. And do not hesitate to tell me who you are, where you're from, what you want to see, and why anthropology matters to you. All right, I will see everyone next Sunday, and yeah, stay safe out there. Bye.